A day with Caleb. Welcome back to a pickups video. This is Mecari Pickups. Yes, they're the right way there. These are movies I got from a person on Mecari. So we're going to dive right in. And we'll give a little review for each one, except at the end I'll just kind of do a basic thing on these because we have done a movie review on these two together. So that video should be out before this one. So we'll just kind of do a basic review. If you haven't checked out that movie review, go check it out. But this is everything I picked up from Mecari. We'll dive into what all I got from Mecari. And the first one is fantastic, Encanto. I've seen this probably 2 or 3 times now. The soundtrack is amazing. Great story. Just fantastic film. I wish they would treat Pixar the way that they've been treating their animated films lately, theatrically. Wow, I can talk today. Because Encanto is, I think as of right now, in theaters. It was Disney Plus only, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. But all the Pixar films, the 3 that have been released since, all this happened, they've been Disney Plus exclusive, which I guess you need some Plus exclusives on that platform for people to pay money, which, I paid months ago, got a good deal, like 5 something, almost 6 a month, which is great. But Soul should have been in theaters. That was a fantastic film. Really love that. And this newest one premiered in theaters for the premiere, but it's only going to be on Disney Plus now. Turning Red, I believe, is what it's called. So anyway, tangent on that, but then Eternals, and I think this was the first film the first Marvel MCU film that I did not see in the theaters. I heard mixed reviews. We were going to go with our friends who we always see Marvel films with, and the timing just didn't work out. We were traveling a lot, they were working a lot, so couldn't really time it up. But the minute this dropped free on Disney Plus, because you can do is it $29 or whatever, where you can watch it as it's in theaters. But the minute this dropped free, I watched it, and I did enjoy it. It's based on, if you're familiar with the comics, the Jack Kirby run of Eternals. So it's got a lot of history to cover in one movie, and I think that kind of limits its potential because there's so much history to cover, and there's so many characters to cover as well, and some are kind of left in the dust as far as their character arc. Some have minutes of screen time. Some had potential to have great storylines, but there just wasn't enough screen time to go around, I guess. And I love the visuals, especially that first attack when they attack the two girls of the film right at the start with her human boyfriend. Those visuals are great. Overall, the visuals are fantastic. The movie just kind of, I guess, lost itself in all it had to cover, and some of the characters you couldn't really get a grip. And then, no spoilers, but if you haven't seen it, it's been out months, but at the mid-credit scene, the CGI for one character in particular, they could have done way better with that, especially if he's going to be in the second Eternals movie. Just fix that up, shape him up better, because that did not look well. But I did enjoy the film. It didn't excite me the way Shang-Chi really surprised me. That's probably up there with one of it. It's not my favorite MCU, but I would probably put it at top 5. It is a fantastic film. Eternals just didn't reach that kind of level. Then we have Pig, Nicolas Cage. I've heard a lot of good reviews on this. The best work Nicolas Cage has ever done. That is a bold statement there. But people describe it kind of like a John Wick type of thing, where people take his pig and he kind of seeks revenge. That's what I've heard. I need to watch it to see. I don't think there's like as much action as far as John Wick, but we'll see. Then let's do this one. Clint Eastwood still at it in his, is it mid-90s, late 90s now? I need to do biographies on, that's a new series I have too, on Clint Eastwood. He's had a fantastic career, spanning decades as an actor and director. I think he directed this as well. Yeah, produced and directed. So actor, producer, director, probably helps with the story as well. So excited to check that out. I do remember like a film poster in the theaters when we were watching some movies, and I remember thinking, wow, he's still at it. I thought, he had taken a couple years, so I thought maybe he would just kind of pack it up, but I'm intrigued to see what all that has in store. I think it's based on a book, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, based on the book. So, Cry Macho. Then I'm excited to see this. I know I didn't get the greatest reviews or box office, but The King's Man. This is a prequel to The Kingsman. And from what I heard, Matthew Vaughn is still wanting to do a third Kingsman. I forget what it was called. Comment down below if you remember what the third one was called. Second one was Golden Circle. I forget. But I was excited to check this one out. I looked a little, I tried to kind of keep away from spoilers, but I saw a little bit, like a few of the trailers. It looks like a good action film. It does, along with Eternals, I think this does cover decades of history and storyline, so we'll see if that muddies it down any, but I'm excited to see it. I love the first one. Second Kingsman, it went maybe too far as like weirdness and zaniness. I did love Elton John though in the film. Probably saves the film in my estimations, because that that was a great performance. But it didn't live up to the level of the first one. The first one with that church scene, the church fight scene, fantastic. And Samuel L. Jackson. You got the girl who was also in The Mummy with the like metal legs. She's great in that. So now we cut to the last two. We have done a movie review, so I won't go in depth on this one. Directed by Andy Serkis. Fun fact, I will say I did like that Venom was trying to call himself Lethal Protector every chance he got, because that is a great comic line in the comics. Venom Lethal Protector, that's a good run they had there. Maybe the next Venom will be Maximum Carnage. And we have all the symbiotes fighting. That would be pretty intense. That would be a cool movie. Yeah. But we've done a movie review on that, so I won't spend too much time on that. And then, yes, Ghostbusters Afterlife, the third Ghostbusters in the franchise. Just a fun film with, you can't really say the perfect cast, because I don't know. Well, you could, I guess, Clue the movie, perfect cast. You could think of a lot of films probably with the perfect cast. Sometimes there's people in films that you're like, he shouldn't have been in there. But this one, I couldn't tell you. The young kids were great in the film. The mom was great. The substitute, like the teacher he's like a summer teacher. And then the other cast involved in the film, fantastic. Jason Reitman, of course, who is the son to Ivan Reitman, who did the first two Ghostbusters. So it's great to see that that family, I guess you could say, tradition being passed down from one generation to the next. And you can tell in the film that he wanted to respect the first two films, pay homage, if you will, but also kind of make it his own. But you can see the care he spent on it throughout the film, because there's little callbacks, little Easter eggs, if you will, and just a fun film. Fantastic way to kind of bring it back into relevance, and I'm excited. Hopefully we continue with more Ghostbusters, because this was a great first start, and keeping the sentimental attachments to Ghostbusters, but also kind of passing it along to the next generation. We've already done a movie review. This isn't my movie review, but I think this sums it up pretty well right there. You can't get better than perfection. So, great film. Go check out my movie reviews. That was all for the Mecari Pickups. Like, subscribe, share with the Ghostbusters fan. Until next time, guys, who you gonna call?